Back on the SportsMax Zone, and we're continuing to talk football. CONCACAF and FIFA, well, they've unveiled matches for September and October in round-robin qualifying to decide the 2022 Qatar World Cup berths from this confederation. The 8-team showdown has the USA, El Salvador, Canada, Mexico, Costa Rica, Jamaica, Panama, and Honduras. The top 3 finishers advance directly to Qatar, while the 4th-place team will have an inter-confederation playoff in June of next year to decide another berth. Each team will play 14 matches, 7 home and 7 away, over windows in September and October, also November 2021, and between January and March of next year. Now, the US squad, which defeated Mexico in Las Vegas earlier this month to capture the Gold Cup, will open the campaign for them against in San Salvador. That will be on Thursday, the 2nd of September. Then return home to face Canada in Nashville on September the 5th. Before an away encounter against Honduras on the 8th of September. The following month, the Americans will play Jamaica in Austin, Texas on the 7th of October and Panama on the 10th of October, and against Costa Rica in Columbus, Ohio on October the 13th. Now here are the September-October qualifying matches for the Reggae Boyz. Let's have a close look at it now. September 2, 5 and 8, 3 matches in the space of just 6 days. Jamaicans will be away to Mexico, at home to Panama, and away to Costa Rica. Then in October, they will be away to the USA, at home to Canada, and they will be away to Honduras as well. Now, joining us is former Reggae Boyz head coach, Carl Brown. He was also assistant coach for the Reggae Boyz when they qualified for the World Cup in 1998. Carl Brown, welcome to the SportsMax Zone. As usual, always great to be talking to you, Carl. A lot of expectations for the Jamaican football fans on this World Cup qualifying campaign. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how highly do you rate their chances of making Qatar?
A tough one, lads. A very, very tough one. You know, just looking at the fixtures now, just looking at the recent concluded Gold Cup, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I really believe that they have a very good chance. I give them a 6 of getting through to Qatar, and everything depends on what we do between now and the 2nd of September when we actually start.
Yeah, you know, Carl, we've had a lot of discussions in the past about the success of the 1998 program getting to France and the World Cup, and I remember distinctly you suggesting that the primary reason or the main reason why the Jamaicans had qualified for the World Cup in France in 1998 was because the team played about 50 or 60 practice matches, warm-up matches. We're not talking, you know, competition matches now. This team hasn't had anything like that. Is this a big problem for them?
It is. And we saw that in the Gold Cup lands. You know, we saw one game that stand out for me more than anything is that Costa Rica game, you know, where we got a free kick just outside the box, and we had about 6 players literally fighting to take that free kick. So it's a big indicator that the team has really not settled into what they really want to do. I am hoping that the coach has left this Gold Cup knowing what his best 11 will be. Very difficult with what we saw, you know, but I'm hoping that he has reached that point that if tomorrow that he wants to name his best 11 from what he got from the Gold Cup, then I'm hoping that he is at that point. Because the truth is that we cannot get into these qualifiers searching around for a team. We're going to be in problem if we are at that stage. We are really not where we should be in terms of team selection. We are going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, Carl, another discussion that has been making the rounds is the quality of the roster, and a lot of people have been comparing the quality of this current roster as against the 1998 roster, and a lot of people feel that on straight talent and quality that this is a better set of players than the 1998 team that went to France. Do you agree?
You know, I agreed with that before the Gold Cup. I really felt that we had just the names that were bantered about, that we really had a really good quality squad. Probably better than the 98 squad. After the Gold Cup, I'm not so certain that I'm convinced that we have a better squad now. There are players that were slated to to join us at the Gold Cup that never turned. That probably changed my opinion of the quality of the squad right now. I'm really not happy with what I saw in terms of our replacement. If you look at the game against the US, once we lost Alvarez Powell, then everything seemed to have went down with Alvarez moving out. Fisher came in, and Fisher clearly is not a out and out right back, and we saw a defensive player, and we saw the problem that created for the team, and it wasn't surprising that Hope scored in that game. So I am not convinced that this team, in terms of quality, what we took to the Gold Cup is a better quality team than the 98 squad that we finished the qualifiers with.
Carl, I feel like you would be the best person to pose this question to. Can you talk to us about the growth of Theodore Tapper Whitmore as a coach?
You know what? I don't believe that we need to argue about it, really. If we look at the result that he has gotten, it's better than any of us before him. My big problem with the federation is that they need to help Tapper in terms of broadening his experience. I don't see anything happening that is saying to them that we really want to give this man the full quad to run around with. I went to Bolton in 2002. Spent a year at Bolton, and it did a lot for me as a coach. And I don't believe that we are seeing the same effort here in trying to expose Tapper to what is happening out there in the world. And it's so easy for us to just he's not technically equipped. He's not this. He's not tactically equipped. Footballing today and the availability of information today is far greater than when I coached in the earlier days, and it's about getting the player. There are too much opportunities out there to get our coach exposed, to get him out there and get him better prepared. And I'm not happy that I'm seeing that happening. I don't think the JFF is heading in that direction, looking to really prepare our coach for the task ahead. And that's the one disappointment. What he has achieved, as I said before, I don't believe any of us as coaches have achieved, and it is so sad that every time we see something pops up, there's a little blame, then the first thing is to fire the coach. And I just want to go back to 2006, that we did that in 2006 and took away our chance of going to Germany. So I hope we just stop that and get the coaches there. He's going to be there for the second. What can we do to help him better prepared is going to be just as important as the availability of the players who are going to come in. What will they have to offer to us? Because that is going to be a very, very big problem to us. The English League starts in another week's time. And the availability of players on the 2nd and the 5th and the 8th of September is what we should be worried about now.
Yeah. And coach, we have 7 games at home, and of course 7 will be played away. How crucial is it that we capitalize on these home games to ensure that, we advance?
I tell you, just looking at the fixtures and the schedule as is right now, that if we get out of that first round in a good favor, I'm almost certain that we can just set our part. We are going. We have 5 games at home in the back end of the fixtures. I don't believe that we can ask for anything better. In the office is weird. Sadly, that we really don't have the crowd out there to do it. But the feel is there. And I don't believe that a lot of players, visitors coming to Jamaica, enjoy playing on our turf, So I'm really happy with what I'm seeing here in terms of the last of the way we have 5 home games out of the 7 for the back end of the fixtures. And that argues very, very well for us.
Yeah, to be honest, Carl, I hear you, and we have to remember, as you are pointing out, you're saying it constantly, September the 2nd is less than a month away, so there is not a lot of time left for preparation, and some of the players that they are depending on, like Michael Antonio and Ravel Morrison, are going to be in English League football within the next week, so we'll see what happens then. But as usual, Carl, always great talking to you. All the best for the remainder of the summer. And we look forward to talking again soon.
Thank you very much, Lance.
All right, Carl Brown, former national coach and assistant coach of the Reggae Boyz that qualified for the World Cup in France 1998. When we come back, Mariah has a second zone updates, and we still have less than half an hour left on the SportsMax Zone.